In each category, I'll point out a few of the key settings. First, we'll take a look at the general settings, where you have several languages that you can choose from. And you have a choice among 3 themes, which will change the way that OBS looks. I personally prefer the dark theme. If you're streaming, and you want to save a copy of your live stream to your desktop, you would check Automatically Record when streaming. If your computer is not that powerful, it may be best to leave this unchecked. In the stream category, streaming services is the most common stream type. You can choose from different services, including Twitch, YouTube, and many others. For server, you can leave it on auto or manually change it to a location closer to you, which in my case would be Dallas, Texas. And the stream key section is where you'd paste the key from the service you're using. In output, we'll look at the simple mode. The streaming and recording settings here will work for most of you. If you are streaming, you may want to increase the video bitrate to 3000 or 3500. Just don't make it so high that people have difficulty streaming your broadcast. If you are recording, set the recording path where you want your files to be saved. Set the recording quality to high, recording format to MP4, and encoder to hardware. Here at the bottom you'll see a warning for MP4 listed. Just ignore it. I've never had an issue using that format with OBS. Next is audio. You shouldn't need to make any changes here. I use a sample bitrate of 48. As explained earlier, the desktop audio records your computer sounds. Mine is on default. And you can also choose your microphone here. In video, there are key points to go over. In this setting, I can't show you the drop-down menus while recording is active, but for the base resolution, it would be best to set your base resolution to the size of your display. Your options will vary. For output resolution, 1920 by 1080 is preferred. If you're on a lower powered system, you may want to change this to 1280 by 720. Downscale filter, bilinear is the lowest. If I were able to open this drop-down menu, there are 2 other options. So use one of the other 2 if your system can handle it. And the frames per second values will also depend on your hardware. Use 60 FPS if you can. Otherwise, try reducing to 30 FPS. The hotkeys section is where you can assign keyboard shortcuts. I only use a few. In this recording, I use F12 to start and Escape to stop. And for the last settings category, which is advanced, for most of you the default settings should work just fine. I've never changed them, and so far I've had no issues.